my Rosalinas, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please go ahead and hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you know when I post a new video. So today my video is going to be completely 100% dedicated to the James Charles palette. If you don't know what that is, I'm about to show you. So this is James Charles palette by Morphe. If you don't know who that is, he's a makeup influencer, and he came out with the palette, I believe like two years ago, called the James Charles palette, and it's basically like, I'm sorry, let me try. It's basically like I can't think of the word right now, but anyway, it's like an art palette, and I'm not going through all the names because there's way too many names to go through. But it is very pretty. It comes like this. These three down here, those for makeup look, a purple makeup look on my channel or on my Instagram. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let me see, I'm trying to figure out what kind of look I'm gonna do today. So I figured out the look that I'm going to do. As I'm doing my makeup, I will show you the colors that I am using. So if you want to, you can follow along to do this look. So I really went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera real quick. It took me a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do is, I know some people want to see how I clean up my eyebrows with my concealer. So the concealer that I use is called LA Girl Pro Concealer. You can get it online, or you can get it from your local beauty supply store. That's where I get it from. And the color that I'm using is called Fawn. And so I use a little brush like this, a flat this type of brush, and then I take my concealer and I just clean up underneath my brows. I know some people think that it's mandatory to have primer, like eyeshadow primer, in order to set your eyeshadow, but that's not necessarily true. You can use concealer as long as you do it evenly. And
back and forth, making sure that my eyebrows are,
and then just drag it down. So really quick, I just grabbed this brush right here. It's just a flat brush. Some people use this as a foundation brush, but I don't like to use this as a foundation because they'll use it to apply it onto their face, and I don't like this type of brush to use for my foundation. I just like to use this because it's very simple, but it's not too simple or not too complicated, but it gets the job done, if you know what I mean. You want your product to get into the brush and use your product, because some brushes, they take up the product and it doesn't help. It just smears the foundation all. I don't like my foundation looking all crazy, so I like using this because it gives like an airbrush effect. All right, so back to this. So I'm just gonna take this, and this, I like using this type of brush too also because it gets the job done quicker. It's still neat and it gets it done without having to like use a small brush. And it's like a brown color right here, gently. And I'm gonna put it over my eye, lid all around. Just my lid. It gives you, how am I trying to say this? Like, you don't have to blend forever. If you do it nice and neat the first time and controlled, there'll be less time blending, because blending can be very time consuming. And I'm going to do it again. Especially if, like me, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my makeup, so if it's not, ooh, I used the wrong brown, hold on. I'm gonna try this again. So, let's talk about how North Carolina had a 5.1 earthquake on Sunday. Pretty sure my husband and I slept right through it because my uncle called me checking on us to see if we're okay. And I'm like, yeah. And he said, well, because I said, why? And then he was like, because on the news it says that you guys had an earthquake. Mind you, I was still kind of like partly, like I was kind of half asleep, and I'm like, you're kidding. And he's like, no, I'm being serious. I'm like, what? Stop going to the news. And sure enough, it did. I said, oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, not everybody felt it, so I mean, but still, like, it's crazy. And it's the largest earthquake that they had since the last century, 100 years ago. And I'm like, okay. Alright, so boom, you see that? How controlled it is and how neat? And how the concealer keeps it looking nice and pigmented. This palette is already pigmented as it is.
But it just makes your eyes pop when you use that primer or that concealer. When you have a base, it just makes your eyeshadow just pop. Alright, so boom, we want to do the second color. So I had the paper, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth with papers. I think that's too much. So I'm just going to show you the colors. You'll see the colors, so you'll understand. So this one is going to be right. So this is going to go above the lid. Don't worry if some of it fell out on your lid, because you can easily fix that. Because sometimes the fallout, gets in the way. So as long as you evenly put that across, you'll be fine. The next color that we are going to do is going to be a little pink rustic color right here. Wow, I just dug into it. Wow, I just dug into it. But this is the color we're using on top of this shimmer right here. So let me see. And like I said, don't worry about this because we're going to get rid of that. That's just coming from the fallout, so it's not going to be all the way out here. We clean that up last before we do the foundation and everything. People like to use the hair glue because it dries quicker, it's easier to apply, and it's black, so you don't really have to worry about much. And if it does get on your eyelash or on your eyeshadow, you can easily just use a Q-tip or a tweezer and just scrape it off. So something that's equivalent to hair glue is actually lash glue, and it's black and has the same consistency as the black hair glue. It is called Forever Grip Bond by Eben, New York. It's in the color black, obviously, but it comes just like this. I got it from my local beauty supply store for about $4. And it's just like that. It looks kind of blue on camera, but it's not, I promise, it's black. So what we're gonna do is get these lashes on. I like to get my lashes in bulk like this because, you know, you get a whole lot for only, I think 10, because these are faux mink lashes and I got them from Amazon. So I like to use these when I'm doing different makeup looks. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on, and I don't really necessarily need
I'm gonna make sure I just evenly coat the strip. And it takes about 60 seconds for it to dry. So since I can put them on pretty quickly, I usually just apply the glue on one lash.
I like to do my lash. My eyes want to act like they want to water right when it's time to put on the lashes, but we're not going to do that today. We are not doing that today. I got things I gotta do, and my eyes always want to act up. like me, you know, like I said before, that my skin is oily. This is the one. This is the one. It's called the Professional Hydrate Primer. And what it does is just for your pores, it closes them up and makes your foundation look flawless. And I love this stuff. And you don't need a lot. You just need enough to cover your T-zone, and all around. For me, it's enough. And I just take my hands, apply it to where I want it to be. And make sure your hands are clean too for your product, so you're not clogging your pores with dirt. Alright, so now put that in. This, and I'm gonna mix my two foundations. I live by this Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless. I use this a lot. I love it. This is, like I said, Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless. This is in the color Warm Cappuccino. I'm like 3 different colors throughout the year, so when it's wintertime, I get lighter. So the color that I usually use during the wintertime, fall time, is Cappuccino. This one, the Warm Coconut, is what I usually use when I get a little bit darker in the summertime. I have a red undertone, so if you have a red undertone like me, what I mean by red undertone is everybody has their own undertone. If you're pale, you usually have a pink, rosy undertone. If you're darker skin, you usually have an olive undertone. And if you are like me, you have like, if you're like me, you have a red undertone. So I would definitely recommend this color. The number is 340. I'm sorry, no, that's the Cappuccino color. This number is 356. Cappuccino is 340. And so I like using this, and this is matte. And then I also like using my Urban Decay all day wear or all nighter waterproof wear liquid foundation. This is in the color 11.0. And this is great for oily skin as well. You don't need a lot with this either. I do also like the Fenty Beauty one. That's really good. And yeah, so I'm gonna just shake these both up. I don't like caking makeup. I don't like a lot of foundation on my face. I just feel like it's unnecessary. I just like enough to coat my face and to, you know, give it that I guess you could say. So one is fine. And then these combined makes the perfect shade. I love it. So I'm gonna use both and show you how I do it. Just a little bit of this. It looks like the same color kind of, but you can kind of tell the difference. This is more of a dark, like a more red undertone than this one, but that mixed together is perfect. So we'll take this. And disperse it. And I do one layer at a time. Alright. Getting kind of hoarse. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with the concealer that we used earlier today. under the eyebrow, which is again the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. And we're just gonna highlight under the eyes, a little contour on the nose, and you're gonna see. And for a more snatched look, I like to keep my concealer not all the way going over here or all over the place. Just like concentrate between the outer corner of my eyes, and then in the corner, just keep it going down instead of going all the way around. You'll see what I mean when I'm blending it in. It gives it more of a tapered look. At this point, Maybelline, you might as well just sponsor your girl because all this promotion. All right, so boom, Maybelline Fit Me it's a matte poreless pressed powder. This is in the color 330, which is toffee. So I'm just gonna use this. This is like a little blush to highlight and contour. I know some people, when they use a baking powder, like the translucent powder, it can leave a residue if it's not applied correctly, and it can cause flashback. That's why I love using this, because it eliminates that aggravation. You can take pictures and all that stuff, keep your foundation looking flawless, and it does not have to be kicked on. And all you have to do is use this so you don't have any fallout. So I'm just going everywhere that I highlighted, so you don't have any creasing. So if you know, start sweating a little bit, it's summertime, it's hot. I don't know where y'all are, but North Carolina heat is some different type of heat. When it's hot and it's humid and it's dry, and you start sweating. You're not going to do that when we have this stuff, when we have this full face on, because this is not that type of party. All right, it's nice and blended. Yada yada yada. Blase blase blah. However, there's no definition. There's no depth into your face. You want to sculpt your face. You want to make your face look not only flawless, but you also want to make it look snatched. So we want to snatch today. Take a contour brush. That's what I'm using. And like I said, I'm using the James Charles palette. I'm using that big dark circle that we use for our eyeshadow in the beginning of the video. And I'm just going to moderation and just blend, blend, blend till I can't blend no more. Shape it up a little bit more. You can always use your translucent powder or anything to cut that up, like to make it sharper or to eliminate some of the pigment, but I don't do harsh lines, so contour. So that's what we want to do when it browns that face. brush or anything. I'm just gonna squeeze it like this. This is perfect when you're pressed for time also. So when I do my makeup and I have to get it together, I just use this instead of looking for a whole bunch of brushes, because I have a whole lot of brushes and I don't feel like going through a whole lot of them just to get the one brush I need when I can just use this brush. So I just go like this, dab it a little bit so it's not too harsh, and lines. I just use my finger to, you know, blend it out. I use the little brush I use to do my setting powder. Just gonna do a little bit of touch-ups. One more chapstick. It's Vaseline. I'm gonna use is my Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the color Crucifix. It's like a chocolate color. Then we're gonna use the NYX Suede in the color Sandstorm. This is amazing. This is matte lip gloss or matte lipstick. It's like a velvet. 10 out of 10. This, the lettering came off. This is by ColourPop. This is the Luxe lip gloss. I love this lip gloss. It's not too thick. It's not too sticky. It's not too runny. It's amazing. And this is in the color Slow Motion. So go ahead and do this. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know where my lip liner pencil is at the moment. We're not gonna waste time to look for it. We're gonna do a little hack. Take this. Use a little brush like this, like a little lip brush. Dab, dab, dab. Do the outlining of your lips, or however you want to do it, whatever you're doing. Get all the excess oil off. And then lip brush for more precision. And so now we're going to use the NYX. I'm sorry, it's late, I'm tired. What time is it? But it's okay. So this is NYX Liquid Suede, like I said before, in the color Liquid Storm, and I'm just gonna put this in the middle. I love this brush, it's amazing. Lip gloss again by ColourPop, called Slow Motion. outfits for girls night out, just a quick little glam, and it's just so simple and easy, and it's beginner friendly as well. So I want to thank you so much for your support. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and share. Also, I do want to give another good giveaway soon, so please stay tuned. If you ever want to make a YouTube video, or you want to do something that's your hobby and you're just not sure if people are going to support you, don't even let that bother you. There's going to be people that's going to act like they don't even see your growth, your posts, all of that. But the most important thing is that you believe in yourself, and that you just do what you want to do when it comes to bettering yourself and starting a business and promoting your brand and so on and so forth. So once again, please stay tuned for the next giveaway, along with some other little things I got. I'm about to say, what's the word? Tricks up my sleeve or something like that. But yeah, so once again, thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next videos.